We are going great guns in both the Premier League and the Europa League. Today we're going to continue our push for the top four as we face off against Everton and Tottenham. Welcome back. So in yesterday's episode you saw us face off against Dynamo Kiev and we progressed nicely in the Europa League to the next round. You also saw us face off against Bournemouth in the Premier League and we won convincingly to keep our charge for the top four alive. So in today's episode you are going to see us go to Goodison Park as we face off against Everton before we welcome Tottenham to Elland Road in the Premier League. So let's have a little look at what's been happening since you've been away. If we head over to the schedule tab, you will see that since that Bournemouth game, our form has been okay. We have quite a few green dots, we have one red dot, we have one amber dot. So let's start off with the 0-0 draw against Leicester in the Premier League, a game that we dominated and really should have won. We also missed a penalty. Stupid me, forgot to take Max Wober off of the penalty. For some reason I thought Rafinha was going to step up and take it. Oh no, Max Wober steps up, hits it straight at the goalkeeper, and we only get a 0-0 draw. From that, though, we bounced back by beating Man UFC 3-1 in another Roses derby. A performance really that wasn't brilliant, but we were clinical. We only had 3 shots on target and we scored from every single one. First, Sesko got a goal after 26 minutes. He then doubled the lead after 53 before Rafinha rounded the 3-0 victory off with a goal in the 58th minute. So really weren't on top in this one. We did have quite a lot of possession. We didn't create too much, but when we did create, we gave the ball to Sesko mainly on a plate, and he served us up 3 more points. We then moved forwards to the Europa League quarter-final leg 1. We played against Nice. We went to France, and unfortunately lost 1-0 on the road. We did play okay. It was like a 50-50 game, and both of the teams were trying to attack and then counter-attack, and they got the 1-0 victory through Attal after 84 minutes. We then went back into Premier League action and we welcomed Fulham to Elland Road. We absolutely dominated this game. Only won 2-1. Even then, we had to go ultra attacking in the second half. We were 1 down after 75 minutes after squandering so many chances, but did end up winning the game from a rocket from Kajust after 80 minutes and a goal penalty from Karim Adeyemi in the 83rd. So 3 more points there. And then in the last game, we turned around the 1-0 deficit to Nice in the Europa League as we battered them really. Didn't really give them anything in terms of chances or any way of showing a weakness. The only thing we didn't have was a lot of the ball. We only had 37% of the possession. But again, when we had the ball, we were clinical. Goals from Rafinha, Sesko, Thomas, and Thomas again in the 86th minute meant that we went through 4-1 victors on the night and 4-2 in the tie. So that brings us nicely up to today's episode, which will be firstly going to Goodison to face off against Everton and then welcoming Tottenham to Elland Road. As you may see, the draw for the Europa League has been done. So we have got Bayer Leverkusen. We have them at Elland Road first on the 27th of the 4th before going to Germany on the 4th of May. So a possible Europa League semi-final double leg coming next. But let's get into today's action, the lineup that will face off against Everton. Here we are then. This is the lineup that is going to be facing off against Everton. We will have Meslier in goal. Vojvoda comes in at left back. I think that Junior Firpo is suspended for this game. I think he has amassed a number of yellow cards, so misses this game through suspension. Then got Woba and Llorente with Tyler Adams at right back. Bentancur and Phillips taking up their usual midfield places before Brandt, Puig and Rafinha playing front to them. And goal machine Sesko will take his place up front. So hopefully another 3 points to come here as we look to keep our momentum going for our push for the top 4. First action then is going to be a throwing deep in our own half as Vojvoda throws it to Brandt. He plays the ball over the top looking for Sesko, but it's going to go straight through to Pickford. He picks the ball up and rolls it out to Keane. Plays it back to him. His ball over the top hopefully was going to be cut out, but no. Calvert-Lewin gets in behind and Meslier pushes the ball round for a corner. Let's see if Everton can do anything from this corner. They're going to swing it in with Damari Gray, who finds the front post. Keeney's there, heads it wide for a goal kick. A throw-in then further up the pitch this time as Vojvoda plays it to Bentancur, all the way back to Woba. He plays it back to Bentancur. Ball forwards towards Rafinha, but it's dealt with by Digne at the back, and he heads it straight back to Pickford. Let's see what Everton do in terms of building up here. So Pickford launches it forwards. Calvert-Lewin with the knockdown, and Damari Gray is in. They are causing us all kinds of trouble with the balls in behind. Calvert-Lewin doing his bit up top, bringing the ball down there, bringing Gray into play. And after 3 minutes, Everton take the lead. And it's just a massive long ball here from Pickford, not dealt with well at all by the defenders. Both getting drawn to the ball, and he leaves Gray behind, and he has put Everton 1-0 up. Ball is with Woba in the midfield, plays it to Llorente, out wide out to Adams, plays the ball forward for Rafinha. He cuts it back here, there's a tap in, but it's blocked at the near post, and Digne smashes it away. Woba is going to bring it back forwards, finds Brandt, who's on the turn, plays it into Puig. Puig with the shot, what a finish this is. Ricky Puig has struggled really for form across some of the season, but what a way to come straight back to form with a smashing shot there from outside of the box. Great bit of play here from Woba. Knocks it forward to Brandt, who lays it into the path of Puig, who's standing just outside the box. He smashes it right foot, and Pickford can't get anywhere near it. It's 1-1. Free kick here, then Rafinha is going to smash this. It's going right in the top corner until Pickford gets his hand up and keeps it out to keep the scores at 1-1. Corner for Everton as Gray swings it in. Woba deals with it at the near post, only as far as Iwobi though. Surely he's going to play this back up the line to Gray. He's looking to beat his man. Plays it back though instead to Gabamin. Crosses it in. The ball is off the crossbar. Richarlison there, whilst I'm trying to pronounce her name, hits the crossbar. Gray tries to swing it back in, and the ball is out for a corner. So let's see what Everton can do here. Having lots of set pieces in this game, Everton. Let's see if we can deal with this one. Ball over the top. Calvert-Lewin wins the header, but it goes safely wide. Throw in again then, and Vojvoda finds Woba. He's going to try and bring the ball forwards. See what he does with it. He finds Puig. Puig plays it to Sesko. Beats his man easy. He's in on goal, but has to turn back because he's got 2 defenders closing in on him. Finds Brandt though. Brandt plays the ball back and Gray intercepts it, and they're going to be on the counter attack here. Vojvoda does really well to get the ball back though. And let's see what Woba does with it. Plays it back to Llorente, to Phillips. Plays it to Rafinha. Rafinha with the ball in behind for Sesko. Sesko hits it straight at Pickford, and the score stays 1-1. But we do have a corner. Let's see what we can do here. As Rafinha is going to swing this one in. Swings it in towards the near post. It's headed back to him. Plays it to Phillips. Phillips has the shot and blasts it straight over the bar. Another throw in then as Vojvoda tries to find Brandt. Iwobi though steps in and takes care of that. And Everton are going to knock the ball around nicely on the edge of the box. Calvert-Lewin to Decore. All the way back to Godfrey. Our mate that we can't pronounce, Gabamin, gets it out wide. Ball's back inside to Gray. Calvert-Lewin into Iwobi. And Everton are really carving us up at the back. Richarlison's there at the back post. Header comes off the crossbar, and Damari Gray is there to tap it in. Not great defending. And we are finding ourselves 2-1 down after 40 minutes. So let's try and dissect this one a little bit. Calvert-Lewin just finds Iwobi in space. Defenders both get back, but both chase the man. Richarlison's header hits the bar, and then nobody is there to stop Damari Gray just tapping it in. 2-1 Everton. In at the break then, and we find ourselves 2-1 down after an action-packed first half. We are just going to roll the lads back out, see if they can do anything for about the first 15 minutes, maybe dive into the substitutions and see what happens in the second half. 65 minutes on the clock then, and we are going to have a little look at making some substitutions. So Karim Adeyemi, who has a knack for scoring late goals and late winners in games, is going to come on. We are also going to bring Daniel James on in place of Julian Brandt, just to see if we can get anything going in terms of our attacking players. 80 minutes on the clock, still nothing happening. Those 2 previous substitutions not really making too much of a difference. We're going to bring on Jens Kajus in the middle as Bentancur is on a booking. And let's see if he can make any impact on the game. Free kick then as Woba plays it to Kajus. He knocks it into Phillips, plays it to Llorente, find Rafinha on the far side, and Adams tries the ball all the way across the field for James. Nothing happening there though, and then it's lumped clear, but only as far as Cajuste, who is going to bring the ball forwards. He is going to play it into Daniel James, who crosses it in. There's Calvin Phillips with the header. 2-2, 86th minute, and those substitutions seem to have done the trick. First Daniel James was involved, then Jens Cajuste was involved. Calvin Phillips is the one who sticks the ball in the net. So Cajuste runs at them, stops, plays it inside to Daniel James. He stands the ball up and lets Calvin Phillips nod it into the net for a 2-2 scoreline. So an action-packed 90 minutes at Goodison Park come to an end with a 2-2 draw. We didn't play very well, but pulled a point out of the bag with some of those substitutions right at the end of the second half. Cajuste and Daniel James getting involved. So on reflection, looking at it, Everton were probably the better team on the day. We've probably salvaged ourselves a point, but still, it's another step towards that top 4 place as we move on to the next game and welcome Tottenham to Ellen Road. After a 2-2 draw then, we are going to look to get back to winning ways as we face off against Tottenham. Let's have a look at the lineup that we are going to be putting out against Spurs. So we have Meslier in goal. Junior Firpo is back following his suspension. We have Woba, Llorente and Adams rounding out the back 4. We then have Bentancur and Cajuste in the middle after his impact in the last game. We have Brandt wide left, Puig in the middle. Daniel James is going to play on the right, giving Rafinha a little rest for this one. Couple of games in a row and Rafinha does struggle a little bit to keep up his form. And then Karim Adeyemi is going to come in up front to start in place of Sesko, who again has played quite a lot of games recently and probably needs a little rest. So still have faith in this 11 and I think we can welcome Tottenham and beat Tottenham at Ellen Road. First action then is a throw-in with Junior Firpo. He finds Julian Brandt, who's already on a booking. He can't find Cajuste, and all of a sudden Tottenham are turned and they are in. Harry Kane is in behind to see if anybody can do anything about it. Meslier can. He turns the ball wide for a corner. Let's see if we defend these corners better than we did the last ones, really, against Everton. Monchu is the one who's going to swing the ball in. Hits the first post, or the near post. He gets headed away for another corner. Let's see if we can deal with this one. He's going to swing it in again. Monchu on the ball. Swings it in, aims for the near post again. The header this time has gone over the bar. I think that was Sebastian Coates, ex-Liverpool player there. Yes, it was. Throwing deep in our own half here then. Junior Firpo with the ball to Bentancur. Woba is going to move it forwards as he runs into the open space. Tries the ball over the top for Adeyemi, who brings it down superbly. And Karim Adeyemi has scored straight away. 14 minutes on the clock. What a superb take and finish there from Adeyemi. The ball was coming out of the air. Let's watch this again. Woba runs into the space, looks up, spots the man. I actually thought he was offside by the way the ball he receives the ball, but no, definitely onside, and he slots it coolly home past the goalkeeper to give us a 1-0 lead. 37 minutes on the clock then, and Tottenham have a throw-in. Try and play it to Son, but it gets intercepted. Brandt gets the ball back to Woba. Let's see what he can do. Knocks it to Llorente, to Cajuste, to Puig, knocking it around quite nicely here. Some of the tempo of the play is pretty decent. Woba then runs forward again. Brandt picks the ball up out wide. Back to Woba. Brandt over the top. Ball in for Adeyemi. Oh, what a finish that would have been had it been the other side of the post. Throwing then for Tottenham. 41 minutes on the clock this time. Monchu. Brandt, though, deflects the ball away to only as far as Son. And Son with the shot from outside of the box. What a finish this is. We all know about him in real life, and that's the kind of thing he does in real life. He's just done it to us in the game. Picks the ball up on the edge of the box. Nobody really puts any pressure on him. Brandt he deflects the ball into his path. As he runs towards the box, he just hit it with the outside of his right foot, in off of the inside of the post, and it's 1-1. Throwing then, deep in Tottenham's half, Tyler Adams is on the ball. Plays it to Ricky Puig, back to Adams. Cajuste on the edge of the box. Hits the shot. Lloris with the save. And there is Junior Firpo to turn the ball into the net. 2-1. This is really well played. I don't know what Junior Firpo is actually doing that far up the pitch. He's on the back post here if you have a look. As the ball plays to Cajuste, he's hit the shot. And he's clearly onside. Lloris can only palm it into his path. And it's 2-1. So then we are in at half time with a 2-1 lead. We have had quite a decent first half in terms of the way we have played. Possession, we're not actually a dominant team with the ball, but we are quite clinical with what we do have. Going into the break, we are 2-1 up. Let's see what happens in the second half. A free kick then for Tottenham on the edge of the box. Let's see who's on this. Monchu is on this. Goalkeeper settled probably on the wrong side of the goal and stands and watches it hit the outside of the net. A throw in there with Tyler Adams. Tries to go long. Headed away by Coates. But he gets the ball back, Tyler Adams. See what he does. He swings it out to Junior Firpo. Into Bentancur. Brandt to Adeyemi. Oh, that would have been such a goal. Did also well till the finish. 65 minutes on the clock then. We are going to jump in and make a few substitutions. The first of which will be Calvin Phillips to come on here. And we are going to put Thiago Thomas on as well. See if that helps us get to 3 points by the end of the game. 77 minutes on the clock now, and Junior Firpo has picked up a knock. So an enforced change here as Vojvoda is going to come on and replace Firpo. 13 minutes left in the game. Let's see what happens. But Lloris is going to smash the ball forwards here. Ndombele's in. Adams has picked up a knock, but we've already actually made 3 substitutions. Tsimikas with the cross in. Vojvoda deals with it. We try to mount a counter-attack, which is only gone as far as Emerson Royal. Coates to Højbjerg. Plays it over the top towards the Kane. It's dealt with by Llorente. And Puig now gets on the ball. Only a minute left in this game. And Vojvoda tries to play it forwards. Not on the same page as Thiago Thomas. And Højbjerg over the top again. Luckily, Llorente deals with that. Meslier plays it to Woba. Adams is going to bring the ball forward. Smash it forwards. He does. Daniel James is in behind. Keeps it in. Let's see what he does here. Turns back towards goal. Adams. Ball over the top for Daniel James. He smashes it home. And that's the 3 points confirmed as we get a third goal. And what a brilliant goal this is. I was hoping he was just smashing it up the line to get the ball into the corner. But no. Daniel James has other ideas. So brilliant laid back ball. Adams smashes it up and over. And as James controls it, he smashes it past Hugo Lloris in the goal. And we look like winning 3-1. There it is then, a 3-1 victory confirmed. 3 more points in the Premier League. And today we played brilliantly. There were times where the balls in behind caused us a little bit of bother. But as soon as we had chances of our own, we were clinical and took them. So that's a pretty impressive way to round off another episode. Let's go and have a look at the table and show you what's coming next. 4 points then from 2 games in the Premier League, and that is going to leave us sitting quite pretty. Let's show you how the Premier League looks in full. So you can see we are currently sat in 4th place. We have a 2-point gap to Chelsea behind us, but we have a game in hand. We are only 2 points behind Man U FC, and there are 5 league games to go. So we managed to be in the top 4 at this point last season and fell away to finish 5th. Fingers crossed we are going to go one better and get a Champions League place this season. So let's have a little look at the schedule. And talking of European competition, that is exactly what we are going to be doing next. We are going to get a semi on, I think. We are going to be playing against Bayer Leverkusen, and I think the next episode will be both the home and away legs as we show you our attempts to qualify for a Europa League final. There we have it then, another episode in the books. 4 points taken from 2 games. A 2-2 draw with Everton before a 3-1 win against Tottenham. And we are playing some delightful football. So as I said, in the next episode, we are going to be getting a semi on. We are going to be playing both legs of the Europa League semi-final as we look towards getting into a final at the first time in this save. So I'm going to wrap it up here, but if you're still watching at this point of the video, you've enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. Appreciate everybody that has done that. Across the past 8 months of doing YouTube, I've really enjoyed it and will continue to enjoy it. So that's going to be the end for this one, and I will see you on the next episode of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire.